Hello. Hello. I am making sure volume is up. I am live. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm so happy that you're here and you're here for this talk all about your IMJ. You know what that stands for, right? Your inner mean girl. We all have one. Maybe you've named her. Maybe you even know like what she looks like. I know the word Karen gets used a lot, but for the sake of any Karens in this group, I don't use the word Karen because I just don't. Some of the nicest people I know are named Karen, so I don't like using the name Karen. But whatever her name is for you, we're going to talk about her today. We're going to address the things that she says. I'm going to share with you some of the things that my inner mean girl says and the ways in which that you can take those things that your inner mean girl says and turn them into wins. So she doesn't win. So inner mean girl, when did it start, right? When probably middle school, high school, probably middle school, if we're being honest, right? She started in the form of looking at the popular girls, seeing what they were wearing, maybe seeing that some of them were more developed than you. Maybe you were one who developed very quickly and a mean girl in school poked fun at you for being overdeveloped or whatever. That happened to me, and I became self-conscious. And so my inner mean girl took all of those things that I was self-conscious about and she used them. She used them to basically keep me from making connection with a friend or raising my hand in class. And that morphed into much bigger things later in life. So maybe we are going to focus on, being the grown-up version of our inner mean girl, right? What does your inner mean girl say to you on a daily basis? Does she say, you're not a great mom? Does she say, how could you ever lose that weight? You've tried before and you failed. Does she say, you can't go after that dream? That's silly. You have a job and responsibilities. Can't possibly do something like that. Does she say things like, I'll share one my inner mean girl says. She talks a lot about my skin. And all my life I've battled acne. My dad had it, and so I guess it's genetic. But between a bad diet and genetics, I wasn't always working with the best cards. And so when I took my turn from working or going to school to be a teacher to then being a mom, to then turning into a health coach, my inner mean girl loved to use my skin as a mode of stopping me from going after what I wanted, which was building my health coaching program and this community. And she would say things like, you think people are going to follow you? Look at your skin. Looks horrible. Who would ever want to do what you're doing? She would say things like, you can't get on a live in front of people without a ton of makeup. That's insane. She would say things like, you don't look healthy. And the ways in which I combated that, and combat is I'm really careful with my words. At least since working with a business coach, I have been, because combat seems like such a negative thought, right? A negative action to combat something. And so I've pretty much taken to the approach of my combat is getting real tactical. And so when the mean girl strikes up, I'll write down the thought. Have you ever done that, where you just write down the thought that you're having? And sometimes the process of writing the thought down, once you get it on paper and you look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is such a ridiculous thought. Why am I thinking this? Why am I thinking this about myself? Once you list out all the things that circle the hamster wheel in your head that the mean girl loves to focus on, right? Once you write all that down, it doesn't hold that much power. It's like shining a light on the corner of a room where you think a monster is, but really there's nothing there. It's a coat. It's sitting on a chair. So what I like to do is affirmations to combat the inner mean girl. And I have them listed right here. I'm staring at them right now. And I'll share with you mine today. So my first one is show up as you and serve. This is me. This is my life. It's not perfect by any sense of the means. And I think so much today, we look at other people who seemingly have it all together. And our inner mean girl loves this kind of dialogue. And we seemingly have it all who seemingly have it all together, who have all their ducks in a row, who just look so healthy and so happy, and we want what they have. But when we do that, we're moving away of what we want. We're removing ourselves from tapping into what desires we have. So show up as you and serve. This is me. You guys know me. I'm not perfect on these lives. I come to you. I don't wear mascara anymore because it just turns into a mess on my face, but this is me. A year ago, I was wearing false lashes and putting a ton of makeup on my face because I felt like I had to be this version of myself, and it didn't feel right, didn't feel authentic. So what I would say, and I'm not knocking, if that's you, if you feel confident wearing the lashes and wearing the full face makeup, sister, rock it and do it. But that wasn't me. That wasn't what I felt comfortable in. And so shedding what wasn't bringing me joy and comfort and happiness, and stepping into who I am and serving from a full cup. And the way I serve from a full cup, because I write serve and I like underline serve, because serving from a full cup means that I'm going to give you as much of myself, as much of my knowledge as I can without anything in return, because that's the kind of person, that's the kind of legacy I want to live and lead in my life. My next one is God's time is not the same as my time. So the mean girl, for me, likes to tell me that I'm not doing things as fast as that health coach or that person over there. Do you ever feel that? Do you ever feel like sometimes she whispers to you, look at so-and-so getting all those results. Look at so-and-so getting so healthy, and it's so easy for her, right? Maybe so, but maybe so-and-so, I should be making names for these. Maybe Joni is, enjoying her process. Maybe she's been working at it for longer. Maybe she's not enjoying it at all, and she's just showing you the highlight reel on social media, right? So again, God's time is not the same as my time. So for me, that affirmation reminds me that this is a process. That building a business takes time and patience and building trust with you all, which I want to do. So sharing how I'm doing this, I hope it's going to share or at least help you uncover how to approach your journey, your health journey, taking steps to get healthier, one baby step at a time. Okay. Oh, I love this one. This is a good one, because when the mean girl loves to talk to me about how I'm not making any splash, I'm not creating any ripple effect. Sometimes that will happen where I will be doing things. Do you ever feel that way? Like maybe if you are at home with your kids and it's been a day and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a terrible mom. They didn't learn anything today, and they've been on their tablets, and now they're running around and throwing tantrums and whatever. I just feel like the worst mom. So this is mine. And doesn't have to do with mom, but this is the way I think about coaching, is the way I think about motherhood. I am a coach who inspires and strengthens women to live full of confidence and the courage to be at home in their bodies. So again, the way that works is I am literally saying to myself, even if people don't comment, I'm teaching them to be at home. So again, find an affirmation that speaks opposite of what the mean girl is saying to you in essence. Okay. So affirmations are so important to speak against what the mean girl is saying, because literally all the mean girl is your, like, all your insecurities. They're all bottled up in there in the form of like, I don't want to say your worst self, but it kind of is like your worst self because you speak it. And if you listen to it, then your actual self is not going to emulate what you want in your life and for your goals. So one thing I do suggest everybody doing, and I used to be so anti this because, well, I didn't really have a reason. I didn't have a reason. But personal development, changing your mind, right? Changing your mind and filling your mind with thoughts that are positive, that are strong. I'm giving you an opportunity here to be part of that book club for February, reading Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I love that book. My coach sent me that book. And for me, it changed so much about how I thought about myself, about how I thought about other women, about being in relationship with other women. And so if you do need personal development and you want to do it with a group of people, let's do it here together. But personal development can be done with motivation you find on YouTube, or personal development can be an audiobook that you listen to while you're cleaning dishes or folding laundry. Maybe it's a nightly read or something you want to incorporate first thing. I strive for 5 to 10 pages of personal development a day, but that's not optimal for everybody. You can break it up too. So you can do a couple pages in the morning, a couple pages at night, or 5 minutes in the morning in your listening to an audiobook, 5 minutes at night, whatever way. But personal development is something that you're going to be able to, it's going to sharpen the tool against the inner mean girl, because she's going to come at you with a lot of things and a lot of insecurities and a lot of truths, but she's going to walk you to a lie, if that makes sense. So maybe you've been wanting to start a wellness journey for a while, or you did, right? It's January. A lot of people started, and you've fallen off the bandwagon. And that's okay. Because if you haven't got a plan, right, at some point you're going to get knocked off. And it's happened to everyone. It's happened to me too. But that mean girl's going to come in. She's going to swoop in right at that moment and go, see, I told you couldn't do this. I told you you're going to screw it up. So at that moment, having personal development, having a I call them virtual mentors, is something that's going to be able to help you speak against when you hear that thought, told you couldn't do this, okay? You're going to hear those thoughts. You're going to hear those thoughts like in the middle of a workout, like a really hard workout. I hear them all the time. And in those cases, I myself will recite Bible verses. I will recite, I can do this. I will tell myself 5 more. Like, I will do whatever it takes to get me to that point. And the mean girl loves to come out in our weakest moments. She loves to come out and just gently remind us of the fact that we are incapable of doing something. Or, remember you tried that and it didn't work? I want you to understand that she comes from a place of a lot of hurt. Jamie, someone in the group here today, spoke about that she approaches her mean girl. And I loved this, with forgiveness and compassion. And oh my goodness, I thought about that a lot this morning, because sometimes I attack my mean girl in a really harsh way. But to take that lens of looking at her as like, that's all she's ever known. Failure might be all you've ever known when you're trying to change your health and wellness. And so it's very, very hard to speak to something that's been talking to you for 20 years, 30 years. It's hard to silence her. And so a way you can do that is affirmations. And they're going to feel foreign and funky at first, but I promise, if you just keep making new ones, you'll find one that sticks. You'll find a handful that just feels so good and so in tune to you that you'll say them in the middle of a workout. You'll say them when your kids are driving you bananas. You'll say that when a friend doesn't return a phone call and your heart is broken. You're going to say all these things so that you can stand back up and try again. Okay? Success is not without failure. It's almost always includes failure. So don't let her have a hold on your past failures and use them against you towards the success that you want. Okay, the last tip against the mean girl, when she's saying mean things that might feel so true, deep down to your core, move your body, change your mind. Y'all, you got to get moving. I don't care how you get moving, but you got to move your body. It's going to allow you to feel good. It's going to change the brain chemicals going on up there. You're talking to somebody who dealt with depression. So if you are in a place of where you're feeling heavy, and so many people are these days, because we have never been more isolated and more overwhelmed than we are right now, today. Take a baby step. A baby step would be getting outside, getting in some sunshine, and taking a walk. A baby step would be doing yoga at the end of your day to wind down for bed instead of caving it or falling into it and watching, 2+ hours of television to treat yourself. Move your body, change your mind. I can't tell you how much movement has created so many positive ripple effects in my life. Movement has allowed me to feel at home in my body. Movement has allowed me to step away from the anxiety and depression that I felt for such a long time. Was it a cure? Not solely, but it was part of it. It was part of my health plan. It was part of my treatment. I didn't rely solely on the medication to get me better. I worked to get better. It's not perfect. Y'all see my videos. I suck wind. Yesterday I hadn't run since before Christmas maybe, and sucked at running yesterday, but I moved my body and I felt so much better after I did. Coming home to my body has been one of the biggest ways I've silenced the mean girl. Knowing that I'm not going to look like that influencer on Instagram or that, but yet my health is still a priority. My fitness routines are still a priority. My eating clean is still a priority. Not to look a certain way or to fit in a certain size pant, but to serve from a place of abundance, to give people a coach that they can lean on in tough times, to be a mom who my kids can count on, that I have the energy to do the things that they want to do with me, build the fort, run outside, play at the beach, a husband who has a present wife, who's not so overwhelmed and tired at the end of the day that I crash into bed and don't talk to him, but that I have this space mentally to listen to him, to engage in a relationship with him. And let's be honest, to be physically intimate with him. My inner mean girl my goodness, she used to really get at me at that place where I'd be changing in the closet and wouldn't want to get intimate and would have to be fully clothed to do that, lights off. And so much of that has changed because I've embraced who I am. I've come home to my body. I've done the work. I'm moving my body. I'm pouring into myself, and I'm telling myself positive things about myself every day, even when I don't feel it. You're not always going to feel like battling your inner mean girl. You're not always going to feel like standing up to her. Okay? That's why having something as simple as a sentence to just focus on so you can take some deep breaths and make the next right choice is going to be your best weapon of positivity, right? Your best weapon against all the negative that we are so bombarded with. You're less than. You'll never be like that. Skinny this, right? What about healthy? Let's just be healthy at any size. Doesn't matter what size you are. Eat well. Doesn't matter how, much in shape you're not in shape. Move your body so that you feel good. The goal of this community for me is not to get you skinnier. It's not to get you fitting in a size of jeans, although those might be your goals and you want them. My hope for this community is that you embrace health and wellness so that you're happier, so that you're at peace, so that you're less overwhelmed. So when you see those things come across your scroll or in a magazine, you don't feel so desperate to go out and try everything. Because it's not, the answer is not out there. The answer is not on Instagram. The answer is not on some ad in Facebook or the next best protein powder. The answer is right in here. The answer is literally sitting inside you. And my mission in life is to literally help women crack themselves open, find that, and come be at home with that. That might sound super I don't know, woo woo, but truly, I did that. I hit rock bottom. Have you hit rock bottom? Because it's not a fun place to live. It's not. And that's where your inner mean girl's having a freaking party. Rock bottom was one of the toughest places to be in. And I know so many people are there right now. So whatever your inner mean girl is saying, I want you to journal down the opposite. Whatever your inner mean girl is just the arrows she's throwing at your heart, I want you to find a book that speaks against that. You've got Untamed. Join us, please. I would love, love, love to hear your thoughts. Throw them in the group as you're reading it, if you are reading it. What's another good one? Own Your Everyday. That was the second runner-up by Jordan Lee Dooley. She's phenomenal, and she's dealt with a lot in her life. And so to be able to read these women's stories, understand that you're not alone, and then to surround yourself in a group where you can feel safe to share your journey, to share your thoughts. And this is a place to do it. I would love, love, love to hear you guys share stuff. If you've got, stuff that your inner mean girl is saying to you, let's have a conversation in the thread right now about it. So that is it. And I know I took extra long today, but some of our inner mean girls have been talking to us for a very, very, very long time. And they've been holding the power for a very, very, very long time about how we show up as women of this world, in our health journey, right? In our relationships. And I think that today is the day where you can stand firm and tell her no more, because I am this, right? Because God sees me as this. Affirm who you are and what you want to be and what you want to do. And if you ever need help along that journey, always know you can reach out to me and that I am here to offer advice or support or a consult or just an ear to listen. Okay? I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. I almost forgot what day it was. Dear goodness, friends. Happy Wednesday. Get outside for 30 minutes. Get your greens in. List 5 things that you're grateful for. And drink half your body weight in water. What am I forgetting? I always say 5 things. What the heck is the 5th thing? Sorry. And enjoy this day, full of all of God's amazing blessings. There you go. My mother-in-law says that one all the time. I can't believe I just ended on that. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Reach out if you have any questions, or if you want to share your thoughts with me about what your inner mean girl is saying privately. You can always direct message me, because I'd love to continue this conversation offline if you ever want to as well. Okay. Love you lots. Enjoy your day. Thanks for being a part of this live.